Y'all check it out, man. We got Adam22. He's on the Academics Twitch, streaming with him, on the phone with him. He's not streaming with him, but he's on the phone with him. And he's pretty much talking about the HousePhone situation, man. So we're going to go ahead and tap into it. If y'all ain't know, Adam22 pretty much went on a podcast with this transgender woman, woman, and essentially had talked about HousePhone, doing stuff with her, and didn't edit it out like he said he was. So we're finna go ahead and get into, Academics talking to him about the situation, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. Go ahead and subscribe. We're finna go ahead and get into it. Let's go.
Dog, in the last couple of weeks, I remember every time we sat down together, I'm like, there's been 3,000 things he could ask me about, and there's not that much that I could be like, well, this is salacious with what's going on with you. First and foremost, I want to give you the flowers first. As people keep wanting or hoping that I'm just gonna like fucking declare war and go crazy on you, there is admiration and also a lot of respect for what you are trying to build, because I do believe what the format that you're trying to build as independent media, you're kind of doing that first, in a sense where it's like you're just hiring a bunch of people, even though people care about you, right? And you're trying to make a platform of it, kind of like how Complex did it, but you're trying to keep it more authentic than Complex, right? So you're doing kind of like what Complex.
Yeah, we can kind of see something like that going on, and it's making sense to why he has a lot of people on there who are able to kind of hold their own when it comes down to making a channel, or at least making a daily show or weekly show where they have a day show on that day. So I definitely see that. But the issue with Adam is he don't have no HR team, and he should have an HR team. And the fact that he's paying folks in 1099s is the reason why he ain't got to necessarily have no HR. He should. I feel like he should, because, they can easily solve a lot of these problems off the camera, and people can talk about their problems with other folks off the camera. They can make themselves look stronger as a team, but Adam's not looking at it just like that. So I hope Academics gonna be able to say something to him and get to him and hopefully make some sense.
But you're not trying to have the corniness of Complex. You want it to be kind of real. But that comes with a lot of fucking problems that we have seen.
True.
Are you stressed, my guy? Keep it on it.
I guess, yeah, it's been a rough month or so, just especially the HousePhone thing in particular, just because I think anybody who's really paid attention to the way it all went down is I didn't intend to expose him or anything. And it was just a mistake by one of the editors, but for sure, just knowing that that's had a real negative effect on him, and that he's been super upset about it, even going so far as to not be on the channel anymore. That's definitely been the worst part for sure.
One second, y'all.
Wait,
people can say whatever they want, but just, because that's my real friend from back in the day before the podcast and shit. So that's definitely just been the tough part for me, and just super upsetting, because I never wanted to have a negative impact on his life, especially given that he lost his mother a few months ago,
Wait, so, well, first of all, if I'm going to say something behind your back on my stream, I'll definitely say it to your face. I watched the whole thing. I felt, and we texted, right? And I believe you. I definitely believe that this was a mistake, right? In terms of editing. I'm going to give you the blame, though, because I think in these situations, you shouldn't have either put out the episode to even get there. But I understand, not understand, but okay, I get putting out the episode, but then you got to do the due diligence to make sure those edits are fine. Yeah, you can fire an editor.
I agree. This person didn't do this. No, I don't feel like that's, you can say that, because at the end of the day, you should have never went on there talking. To Adam22, personally, when folks be coming on your channel, because I've seen you do it before, that you, and they just be sitting on there just talking, and they be like, are we rolling? And you be like, yeah. They be rolling and saying stuff that they didn't even know they was finna say on camera while they were rolling. So I don't know why you think they wouldn't do the same thing to you. So whenever they did that, and they decided to edit out a little bit of it, you can't be mad, because you should have just never went there. So you acting like that's just not even a possibility. Oh, I had to go. My hands were tied behind my back. But you won't, like, squabble with somebody like Milk. Like, it ain't like your hands are tied in that situation. He done said all types of stuff to you because of things you did. But anyway, but that's, that's no here nor there. But it's just crazy how Adam be looking at stuff and how, how he's a part of a culture, but he wasn't even definitely raised anywhere like that at all. So whenever he be saying, "Oh yeah, we would have did this and that back then," he be lying.
Yeah, you can fire an editor.
I mean, in retrospect, I should have either just canceled it or just fucking watched the whole thing and actually like made sure that everything's cut out. Which, it's like that's pretty much how I've handled every controversial thing that's been said on the podcast that needed to be cut out. I always just told the editors to cut it out, and they did it. This is the first time. Well, I mean, there's probably been other times, but this is definitely the most significant time that it happened.
Well, yeah, because this was about HousePhone, somebody who was on your channel for a very long time. Somebody who's been making content with you from 2016, like you said, whenever No Jumper started becoming important and you were actually getting some interviews and folks didn't want to just hear you, so you had to get a black voice, and you ended up doing that. This is definitely one of them situations. So, it's
okay. So number one, that drink throwing thing with HousePhone. I texted you and I said, "Yo, Adam, you got the content right now, my brother." And I can't tell if like after y'all cut the cameras, y'all all dap it up and say, "Yo, we're making 100 bands today." Or it's real life situations. Regardless, the best reality shows, you never know if it's real or fake. And I mean,
doing some fake shit for views or whatever sounds like a great idea, given that all of this shit has been like 100% real, 100% like actual people's feelings getting hurt and, actual friendships being seriously affected. I mean, I even had like a person who works in the office ask me if HousePhone throwing the drink was fake. It's like,
really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess a lot of people are paranoid, but I don't know. That just, yeah, it's all been real for sure.
Do you enjoy it though?
Yeah.
Hold on. Before I get into that, I had a long conversation with, I don't know how close you are with Van Lathan. And I'm going to be honest.
With who?
Van Lathan.
Oh, yeah.
And, I think his opinion was a little bit more extreme because, he's definitely pro-black and all this other stuff. He's really woke. And that's my guy, but he's really woke. And I said, well, I can't excuse Adam on certain shit, but I do believe his sensibilities towards certain things might be different. Like, for example, when I was watching you in HousePhone, and I remember pausing the videos, I was watching it live, literally. Or not live, but maybe it's been live. I don't know. I remember I said, all he wants you to do is say, yeah, the editor might have fucked up, but I'm your friend, and I love you, and I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'm taking the blame. And there was a lot of deflection. And I'm like, I think Adam, who's a very logical guy, which I've always known you to be, sometimes don't know when to inject the human emotion of just, yeah, I could rationalize or try to give all these things to make it look like I'm not a piece of shit. But really, this person who loves me and looks up to me just wants me to say, I'm sorry. I take responsibility and I'm sorry. And I think that's why that kind of happened.
Adam be walking around like one of these females, bro. Like, just walk around just knocking over shit and just be like, I don't care. I did it. Can't just say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Like, I didn't mean to do that. Let me fix it. Because a lot of folks don't want to do the work that it takes to fix something. See, they'll do all the shit that it takes to fuck it up. But when it comes down to, like, they know that if they have to apologize, they have to admit that they were wrong. And being wrong, you generally don't want to be on that side. So, which means you're going to have to do something to fix it. So, that's the biggest issue with Adam. He don't know what to do. He's probably not willing to do it. And that's the reason why saying his sorry, to HousePhone is sorry. It's a sorry ass sorry, you know what I'm saying?
I felt like I was saying I'm sorry and just apologizing, but it would appear from some of the feedback I got that my apologies could use a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the current status? So after the drink throwing incident, y'all got back on camera. What's the current status of y'all relationship? He did come on here. He was really upset. He got into it with one of so with people in my chat. Like, he's very sensitive about that subject being brought up. What's you guys' current relationship?
1 in 7 children does not have enough food to lead a healthy and active life. But
what's you guys' current relationship?
I haven't seen him or really talked to him since being on camera after the drink throwing incident, which, we like patched it up on there, but it felt like maybe it wasn't really fully patched up. So I haven't really.
Yeah, see, I ain't really, he probably finna say he ain't really been around, because guess what it takes? It takes work to make that situation better. You can't just say I'm sorry and then think you're gonna be cool like it was day one. When you really wrong one of your homies, you understand you're gonna have to really, like, you know what I'm saying, bow and take your lessons about the situation and understand, you gotta do better. They expect better from you, just as if it wasn't vice versa. So Adam, let's see what he says. Let's see if he said he ain't been around because he ain't trying to get that, like, he gonna not say he didn't say sorry, because he's saying that he said it right now, but he's gonna be like, yeah, I've been not around and all types of shit ducking.
They got a chance to talk to him too much since then. So, I mean, he just hasn't really been talking to us. I've seen like a couple of things that he's posted online, so I know he's like around doing shit, but I haven't really. I mean, I would appreciate having a conversation with him at this point, but I'm not really sure where his head's at.
What's his current job status with the company?
If you ain't sure where his head's at, then that definitely kind of proves what I'm saying. You ain't really been, like, trying to really bridge the situation, really trying to be there for him and say, my fault, bro, I ain't even really do that, man. Like you ain't went on different podcasts and said, no, I ain't trying to do that to him, bro. No, I ain't trying to do all that. Like, I ain't even try to look at it like that. You really try to absolve yourself of all of the responsibility whenever you were the one who went on there yourself and talked about him. So it looks crazy whenever he do that. And then he sit around and, oh, I'll be confused. And then folks around him get to defending him because he signs them checks. And it just keeps going in circles.
I mean, that's kind of, it's up in the air. I mean, it would appear that he's kind of over it, but I don't really know because we haven't had a full-on conversation about it,
Okay, if he comes back and he says, you know what, I was really upset. I had to get a couple things, I got to get my anger out, throw in the drink. I kind of got it out of my system. I still want to work for no jumper. Does he have a job?
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, we've definitely had our issues over the years, but
man, that kind of proves kind of what I'm saying, bro. And folks gonna be in the chat in the comments like, oh, that might not mean that, bro. At the end of the day, he's pretty much saying, like, I ain't really reached out and talked to him like that. I've been busy, bro. He probably been busy on purpose to not have to be around HousePhone, so that when everything hit the fan, it took time for even that situation to blow through. So HousePhone was having to be on podcasts, talk about it, do all types of things in the mix in the meantime. And then of course when Adam talked to him, the reason why HousePhone felt the need to throw the drink on him was because Adam was being out of line whenever he was talking about his mom or So at the end of the day, I feel like Adam does have an issue with being a good friend. He does have an issue saying he's sorry because he only said it, one time. I understand you ain't got to say it every day all the time, and I understand some folks only say it one time. But if you say you sorry and you really mean it, you're going to do everything it takes to prove you sorry. So y'all definitely give me y'all taking on the situation, man. Go ahead and hit the like button, man. Subscribe if you haven't already. We on the road to 1K subs, man. I'm trying to at least be by 400 by the end of this week, something. So come on, hit the like button, man. So my videos can grow. Turn notification bell on so we can get the first ones to be notified when my videos drop, man. And we finna get at y'all in the next one, man. Y'all take care and stay out the way. TP in the place to be, man.